Hey everybody. Um, first off is I'm trying to figure out how to hide myself from myself. So if anybody out there in Facebook land knows how to make it so that I cannot see my own picture of me on a Facebook Live, I would be forever in your debt. It's so distracting to see myself there and try not to look at myself and instead look at the camera. So I'm looking at you guys essentially. Um, so, um, if anyone knows that, tell me. I tried Googling it and it didn't work for me. So, I will try to just pretend I'm not there. And I should put like a piece of paper over the screen or something. Of course, then I wouldn't see when people pop up and make comments and things. So I guess, um, you know, anyway, and now I've got like all these reminders popping up. And it's a new computer and I'm not really sure. I haven't quite taken the time to figure all the nuances out. So anyway, you don't really care about that. So let's, hey Carletta, if you're still there, I see that you joined. And anyway, okay, let's not discuss computer problems because that's not why I'm on here. What I came on here to discuss is, well, first of all, I love my new hairdo. I've been slowly, gradually sort of been going, I can't turn the right way. I'm getting all screwed up. But anyway, shorter on this side. My hairdresser is fabulous and sort of been a gradual bit of getting used to it. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about controlling your thoughts and how your thoughts control your life and control what happens in your life. And, this is an issue, you hear about this a lot, right? There's all these different books out there, the power of positive thinking and, things of that nature. I can't think of the titles at the moment. But you could Google it. There's a ton of different personal development books out there, books for self-improvement, improving your life. Hey, Vivian, I have no idea what time it is where you are. I'd have to think about that and too much brain power. So all these different books out there about thinking, controlling your life and controlling your outcomes and how if you think positively, positive things happen. If you believe it will happen, it will happen. If you attract what you are putting out there. So if you are thinking, I can't do that, there's no way I can get that done, you won't get it done because you're going to make what you believe happen. Excuse me. And so, I haven't really fully bought into that until recently. I've sort of, I think I said in a post earlier, quote, poo-pooed that. Apparently I'm like 80 years old. And not to insult 80-year-olds, but, I've never been much of a personal development person until recently. Not meaning I wouldn't go to therapists or things, but to read like self-improvement books or, believing that I've always been very practical, right? I'm a lawyer by training. I want to see evidence. I want to see proof that something works before I believe it. And unfortunately, that's not really the way the world works most of the time. So I've been going through, I think I have proof at this point that a lot of my thinking has not worked. And so I see other people accomplishing what they want, and really they're no better than me. They're no smarter than me. And they're probably even doing most of the same stuff that I'm doing. But what's the difference? They believe it. They believe in themselves. They believe it's possible and nothing's going to stop them. They just get it done. And I think that's a big difference. And so that is something I've really been working on a lot lately. And, it's interesting to see how things kind of come together and come to you when you need them and when you're ready for them, I think, frankly. So a lot of the stuff I've been, some podcasts I've been listening to and videos I've been watching, and a book, my personal development book that I have been reading, You Are a Badass, which rocks just because of the name. But a lot of those things I've been reading, it's been really interesting that over the last little bit, let's say week or two, even today especially, I read some stuff at one point and then I watched a video and then I listened to this and then I did that and I read all these different totally different sources of things, and all of them were basically telling me the same thing. And I'm like, okay, I think maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. And so, anyway, all these different things. And so, there really is something to be said for thinking positively and believing that you can accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish, and not thinking negatively. I was reading something just recently, an email that I got advertising a podcast, and it was talking about money, and about how if you're thinking you can't afford it, you're not going to be able to afford it, right? You need to believe that you can afford it and believe the money will be there. Now, of course, you can't, doesn't mean you run up your credit card debt insanely and you have to be responsible with your money to a certain degree. But, there's my rational part again. But it's true, right? I mean, you don't want to totally screw yourself, right? But, if you're always in that mindset, if you can't afford it, you can't afford things, you can't afford things, you can't afford it, you're broke, etc. That's sort of the way your life will be. And so I've taken this to heart in a number of ways, and I wanted to share some of that with you. And that's one of the reasons I love coaching, right? Is that I have a way to share the things that I'm learning, the things that are improving my life with everybody else, and try to help everyone else take the bits and pieces that speak to them and use it to improve their own lives. Because that's what us coaches are all about, right? Is helping others improve their lives and improving the world. Really, I mean, it may sound a bit corny and it may sound massive, but really you improve your life, you improve others' lives one person at a time, one day at a time. And if everybody's happier, then the world's a happier place, right? So happy and healthier place. So anyway, one of the things I was watching earlier, one of the videos, was talking about these books that I was saying earlier, Power of Positive Thinking. And one of the reasons I think I've never bought into it, which he totally touched right on, it really hit exactly what I needed to hear, was, well, that's all great, right? Think positively. Okay, I can think positively. It's not going to make things happen. And how do I think positively all the time or believe it's going to happen all the time, right? Your mind wanders. It's just not possible. How do I control my thinking all the time? I'm not Spock. For any Trekkies out there, I'm not Spock. I'm not I can't think of the species now. I haven't watched the Star Trek in obviously a long time. I'm not an empath. I'm not psychic. I can't control all these things all the time. So Betazoid. Anyway, but what he talked about is that what you put in is going to affect everything, right? So if you are listening to a lot of negative thought from other people, if you're reading crap, if you're not reading anything, if you're watching really negative news all the time, which is why I know it's horrible to say, but I really don't watch that much news anymore. It's depressing and it brings me down, and I'm trying to high vibe, and hard to do when everything's low vibe. So anyway, he was talking about what you take in, what you bring in into your mind is going to affect your thinking. So if you're trying to improve your thinking, you need to look at what you're reading. You need to be reading, listening to, watching. So with that in mind, what I wanted to also to just sort of I wanted to share all that with you, and I wanted to also remind you that tonight's the last night to sign up so that you can join our personal development challenge that's starting tomorrow morning. And I started getting my book ready. I'm reading the ebook. You can also get an audio version, and I've got all that all set for you guys. So totally a free challenge. You don't even have to go out and buy the book unless you like paper. I can't help you there. Sorry. So if you really want paper, you got to go to the store and buy it. And it's, this book is really all about how little changes. Okay, what I'm told about it and what I've read about it, and the person. The author, Darren Hardy, I know about it, but I actually haven't read it either. So I'll be going into this together with you guys, is that it's about little changes, right? It's about how little changes, it's called the compound effect. So how little changes compound and lead to big impact in your life. So I I would love to have you guys join us. And if you want to sort of delve a little deeper into this whole concept of what you bring in is really going to impact what you put out there and how you feel and how you everything, right? Then this is a great way to do it. It's only 5 days, and you really only need to read. I mean, I read usually these things like 10 minutes a day, right? I mean, we're all busy. So I try to do it first thing in the morning. And I posted earlier that I really noticed today, it just didn't happen. I didn't make it happen this morning that I do that reading, that 10 minutes. And it really affected my thinking. And I without me realizing it, of course, but my mood was just down. And I wasn't really in that higher place that I would have liked to be in, that I have been for like the past week. I've been like vibrating really, really positive the past bit. Doesn't mean I don't get annoyed or, whatever, no negative moments, but overall. So I'm really feeling high energy. So I would love to share that with you guys and help everybody. I think it's just a wonderful thing. And I'd love to share that and have you guys come in and post your takeaways from the book. Each day we'll all be posting in the comments our takeaways and implementing it in our lives. And that's the key thing, right? You can read and read and read, but if you don't implement it. So anyway, last night to join, because it starts tomorrow. So drop me a message. I'll also put a link. I'll post the link again, which I've shared a lot, but I'll post it here as well for where to sign up for that. And sign up, and then I can send you, we can talk about, or even just shoot me a message if you'd rather, and we can, if you have any questions, and also regarding an ebook versus audio, and we can get started. Okay, so I hope to see you all signing up. It's going to be a really great week, and that's it. So I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday evening, or Vivi, I guess it's Monday daytime, Monday morning maybe there in Germany. So anyway. That's it from here, from Vancouver, or New Westminster. And I hope everyone has a wonderful evening or day. And we'll talk to you all really soon. And again, I'll post the link in the comments, or in the edit of the post, and I'll put it all there so you can get in there, or just send me a message. Anyway, love y'all. Have a great night. Bye.